Hey everyone, I'm Sheikh Abdul Muneem. I have completed my graduation in mechatronics engineering and today I'll be your section leader. So the topic today we'll be covering is a variable. Now the idea of variable when comes in my mind, I basically think about a container. So imagine you are having a blue color paint and yellow color paint with you and you are going to put it in a container. So you are going to definitely put it in a different container unless you want to get it mixed. So in the same manner, in coding or the programming, we're having a different type of number. We're having a float, we're having integer. And what we do, we basically put those number in a different type of container. And after that, when we require that, we use those variable or the container, you can say. So the variable basically consists of a name. You should name your variable, and a type, what type of variable it is a float or integer, and the value you are going to assign that variable. So now let's dive in our code and see how it actually work. So for this code, our main problem is, imagine the code is basically asking you, suppose your weight in the earth is 50 kg, and what will be your weight on the Mars? So for that problem, we are going to solve it with our code. So if you look at the code, I have already created a variable which I have named is a Mars multiple, and I have assigned a value to our variable is 0.378. Here I didn't assign the type of the variable because the Python is so intelligent that it automatically detects whatever the variable it is. Now I'm going to take a user input, and for that, and I'll take that user input and I'll put it on another variable, and I'm naming that variable is earth weight str, and now I'm taking input, enter a weight on earth. So now I am taking our user input and I'm putting it in a variable or the container. Now with that variable, basically what I have taken is a string input, and now what I will do, I will just change the type of the variable. The way I do that, at first I will just assign another variable and I'm naming it earth weight, and I'm changing it to float. Now why we are doing that? Because we are going to multiply that with the Mars multiple to get our weight on the Mars. So this is what we call basically a typecasting in the Python. So now we are going to call our variable, the variable which we have taken from the user, earth weight str. My PyCharm is already giving me suggestion. Now what I'll do, I'll just do whatever is needed. I'll just multiply those two variables. It is like you are having a paint in your container and you are going to paint the room. So for that, you are fetching that container to the place where you are going to paint, and you are doing your work. So here you can see I have assigned another container or the variable, and I am going to do the action which is multiplying over here. Now after that, I'm going to print it and I'll have the solution. So let's run this code and let's see what we get. Okay, the code is asking enter weight on earth. Suppose your weight on the earth is 50 kg, which is much less, I guess. So I'm just running it. So if you can see, there is the equivalent weight on Mars. The code has calculated the weight and give the solution. So to recap the whole thing, the variable basically a thing or a box which basically store the values, and after that when you require that values, you just call that variable in your code and you will get that thing. And the variable, obviously you need the name of the variable, the type, and the value itself. So this is what the variable is, and we have also discussed about the cast of the cast, which is the where we have actually from the string we have converted it to the float. So this is all about the variable, and thank you everyone for listening this. We'll see you on the next day.